Alright, what is going on everyone? This is MikasaVsSammo2 bringing you another battle video. This is me vs Samo part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1, I'll link it below. Part 1 was on my stream, and part 2 right here was on Samo's stream. Now I had been on his stream for a little while before this battle, so I got to see some of the dynamics, mostly the fact that his X drill is scarfed. So I try to pretend that I didn't know that it was scarfed the whole time, but you can't you can't unknow what you already know. And I mean I was in a tough spot, so I kind of had to use it to my advantage. But I mean, whatever the case, it was a good battle. Anyways, I'm gonna lead off with my Smeargle here. My Smeargle has Endeavor. So, I mean, I figured he would lead with his Deoxys. I wasn't sure if I wanted to Spore or not, just in case he had Taunt, but I decided to go for it anyways, because even if he did taunt me, I could just maybe Endeavor the next turn, or just switch out into something else, I don't know. But Spore actually works out. He goes for an Ice Beam instead of the Taunt. Looks like it's an offensive Deoxys. And at this point, I'm like, I kind of want to Endeavor, you know, whether it's Deoxys or whatever comes in. But, you know, I did see that he had a Dragonite in his team, and I basically made my decision. I want to get South Rocks up for the first priority. So he brings in CCJ, aka Mega Gardevoir. I just get up my rocks, and I actually switch out here. I can't really remember why. I wanted to save the Smeargle for something. I think it outsped one Pokemon on his team that I could use Endeavor on, but I mean, Death Fodder is always decent, so I knew there wasn't really anything that this Mega Gardevoir could do to my Aegislash, so I switched in. But it turns out this Mega Gardevoir actually has Hidden Power Fire, which you're about to see here. Now, that doesn't... So, okay, the fact that I used Hidden Power means it doesn't have Shadow Ball, because that would have done a good deal more, in my opinion. But anyways, I'm about to do Shadow Ball right here, which does a lot more than I thought it would. I was actually surprised. But I don't have the Shadow Sneak, so I can't just go in for the kill right now. I have to go one turn with King Shield, which is fine because I have leftovers, and you know, every turn with leftovers is, you know, a good turn. So I'm able to take another hit, whatever it is, and kill it with Shadow Ball. Yeah, now the moveset on my Aegislash is King Shield Substitute, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Ice, actually. So for this particular nature, it is quiet, so Shadow Sneak would be better suited for that nature, but I just haven't made my modest Aegislash yet, or I didn't at this time. Anyways, he brings out his Landorus. I'm just gonna King Shield right away, see if he's gonna try and predict or anything. And like I said before, you know, any turn with leftovers is, you know, it works. So, you know, he goes for the Earth Power, and when I saw that, I thought, you know, he's gonna expect me to switch right now, probably. So I stayed in, expecting, I don't know, anything other than Earth Power. But he goes for the Earth Power. I was gonna Hidden Power Ice and just get rid of this thing, but didn't work out that way. I'm gonna bring in Greninja here, and I'm like, alright, he's for sure gonna switch out because he thinks I'm gonna have Ice Beam, but he actually stays in. And I was predicting the Bisharp. I was predicting the Bisharp, so that's why I went for the Power Up Punch, and he just stayed in. So so my Greninja just dies, and it's at this point that I'm like, okay, I have to make some plays here. So I bring in Rotom, uh, just because, you know, I was expecting, and you know, I can live anything and I can kill with the Hydro Pump. I thought at first that he might have been choiced, but it's like, I know he wasn't Scarfed because my Greninja outsped. So I wasn't really sure what item he had on there. But I figured maybe he was choiced into something, maybe choice specs. And that's why I switched in Rotom at that point. So anyways, I'm able to get rid of his Deoxys, which is totally fine with me. I have a Scarfed Landorus, so that would have been really bad if it was still around to Ice Beam me. But I just sacrificed the Smeargle here. I didn't really... It was a weird Volt Switch for me. I didn't really have anything I wanted to go into. So I just let Smeargle die here. Now, it's at this point that I take advantage of the knowledge that I shouldn't have known. I should not know that this Excadrill is Scarfed, but I did. So, I mean, Mawile still would survive an Earthquake from this thing after Intimidate, but it's like, normally you wouldn't switch in a Mawile to an Excadrill. But I knew he would switch out. So I go for the substitute on my Mawile. And the next turn I can go for Fire Fang, which ends up happening. I could have just gone for Fire Fang straight away, but I mean I wasn't sure if he was going to switch in something else. Let's see. Actually, I think all he had left was that Bisharp, the Excadrill, and his Dragonite left. So yeah, Fire Fang would have definitely been better than the substitute. I'm gonna save my Mawile because I know he has a Dragonite. Mawile could be really useful. I'm just gonna bring in my Landorus here. And he's gonna Rapid Spin, which I was not expecting considering that he was Scarfed. I mean, I guess it works. But now I know for sure he's gonna switch out. And, oh right, that's right, he has a Thundurus left. Or a Landorus left, yeah. So I'm just gonna U-turn out and go into, what was it? Was it Mawile? No, it was Rotom, that's right. And he's gonna Sludge Wave, he's just gonna do as much as he can to my Rotom here. I'm just gonna Hydro Pump. Nothing left on his team really appreciates it, even the Dragonite, just because it breaks the multi-scale. But he's gonna bring in the Excadrill. Nothing on my team. I wasn't sure if what he was gonna do. He could Iron Head or something, so I didn't want to switch in my Landorus, but I probably should have, for good measure. I don't know. I just wanted to see what move he would do, because I knew, he was Scarfed, so I wanted to see what he would lock himself into, which was Earthquake. And all he has left is a Dragonite, so I just go for this Outrage. But he actually stays in. He stayed in because he wanted to see if I was Scarfed or not. And from that turn, he decided that I was not Scarfed, because if I was, then I would outspeed at 252 Jolly, or even Adamant, really. So now that I'm confused, he brings in his Dragonite, but I'm pretty sure I fight through that. And I was actually really scared, because if he was, well, I don't fight through it this turn, but if he was a weakness policy, but I just decided to go for it anyway. Turns out he is a Lumberry set, so nothing much to worry about there. He goes for the Dragon Dance because he figured I'm not Scarfed, so he'll just get a Dragon Dance up and then he can kill me with an Outrage or Dragon Claw or something. But I actually am Scarfed, so this really confused him. I'm Scarfed Adamant with only, I don't know how many EVs, but just enough to outspeed a Mega Manectric. So I wouldn't outspeed his Scarf Excadrill, but I do outspeed his Dragon Danced Dragonite. So he was really confused at this point. But he goes for the Iron Head, flinches me, that's totally fine. I still have a Mawile in the back, which I can use to Sucker Punch and get rid of this thing. So overall, it was a good game. I mean, I feel kind of bad that because, if it weren't for that, I would have switched in. I would not have switched in Mega Mawile or Mawile into his Excadrill back then if I didn't know that he was scarfed. But good games, good games. Saw some interesting things. Hidden Power Fire, Gardevoir, um, potentially choiced Landers. I still don't know. Sammo, if you wanna let me know. um, Usually I just put Life Orb on there, but anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna link Sammo's Twitch and Twitter down below as well, so you guys can hit him up and show him that support. Uh, Stay tuned. I will be putting more of these videos, lot more often than normal, like I said before. So I hope you liked the video. See you guys later.